And honestly, about my guy Sting. How you doing there? It's Hank with Sports Game Vision. And as you can see, I got Sting's final match. I wanted to talk about it because it's an end of an era as far as my childhood is concerned. And he's an icon in his business. He was one of my favorites ever growing up. And, they sent him off pretty well. As you can see, they went on to win the championship. They sent him off the right way. They didn't force him to take a fall in this match, and he's going to be the one of the last guys of the '80s to really do it. I remember watching him when I was a kid on television. We called him Surfer Sting back in the day with the blonde hair and the muscles. How he got into the game, we learned later that he owned his own shop, his own bodybuilding shop, I believe he did with maybe the Ultimate Warrior. They were tag team partners back in the day, and they ended up breaking up later on and going their separate ways. Sting to WCW, and of course, we know that the Warrior went to WWF, which is now WWE. But both of them had great careers. Of course, Sting had it a little bit longer, and as we can check here, we can see his accolades over the years, over the multiple companies he's worked in and performed for as a sports entertainer, as a wrestler, really a wrestler for the most part. He only did sports entertainment for a little bit when he went to WWE, but great career, man. I'm glad that he went out the right way. And Tony Khan and AEW gave him a great send off. As you can see here, we're going to see his sons come out to the ring with him, which is pretty cool. They look just like him in both of those iterations of Sting. They played the characters coming to the ring with them. And it's a sweet, sweet moment to be able to celebrate with his sons, especially the one in the blonde here. That looks exactly like Surfer Sting back in the day. And everybody was giving him adulation and congratulations. As we can see here, TNA is a company that he worked for, helped build that company up as they switched back to their name. They gave him a congratulations. And if you were on social media, all across social media, Sting was getting congratulations and heartfelt, warm memories and thanks. And the WWE, I did not see do it though. That's the one thing I didn't like. Didn't like. I don't like that they don't. He's an icon. He's beyond wrestling in a sense. And I feel like they should have gave him more of a shout out, but at least they did let the wrestlers congratulate him and not try to hold them back from showing their love and praise for Sting. And as you can see, this is what AEW did. All the pay-per-views he's had over the last 3 years or so, he's been with the company. He went out 29-0, 30-0 overall. He had believe a match with the Great Muta, or where he sent him on a farewell tour as well. But Sting went out 29-0. Tony Khan was a big fan of him growing up, and he told him, "I'm not going to treat you the way the other company did, where they really didn't give him a lot of, the send off he deserved in the first place. They put him on the shelf, treat him like an old timer, and they didn't give him that final farewell he deserved." And as you can see, all the companies he's worked for, he's pretty much worked everywhere in the wrestling landscape. But Sting was a great wrestler. Again, the Crow Sting, the Surfer Sting, the Joker Sting. He's just been great for the business. All timer. He knows it in and out. Hopefully, he does stick around. I know that this is the final match, but he still has a lot to offer for the younger guys and into the business itself. I'm sure he's going to do sign-ons and the coming out for events, but for his wrestling days, it's over. And again, childhood memories, man. Childhood memories. As you can see here, he's gone. As you can see here is with Lex Luger, two guys. So I grew up watching. Now they're both out of the business and going to enjoy from the sideline. And he was there in attendance to watch his friend Sting call it a wrap. And also Tony Schiavone, who I remember as a kid, as you can see that top picture, that's from 1987, I believe. And you can see the young Sting, Surfer Sting, looks like a star, still is a star. He's an icon in the business, and he's going off as champion. They're going to vacate the belts and have a tournament for the tag team championships. He helped give a rub to Darby Allin, who again was doing well on his own, but to have the legendary Sting beside you, getting wisdom from him, I'm sure definitely helps in his continued run to become an all-time great himself, and to be able to be in that final match and take bumps and protect Sting in the ring as well was a great thing. Shout out to Sting and his great career, and thanks for all the good memories. And overall, I heard it was a pretty good event. I'm going to end up watching it a little bit later, but just to see that he was sent off the right way is a great thing, especially after his tenure in WWE didn't go as well. And as you can see here, we got another nostalgia bit that was in the AEW Revolution pay-per-view. Claudio, John Moxley coming out to the Legion of Doom, Road Warriors outfits. What a rush. Anyone is from that era understands that reference. If you watch a little bit of the old school wrestling, you know what those guys represent there. But as we move forward here, we're going to continue to talk about wrestling news. And we've got a little bit of Paul Heyman. He will be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. That usually happens in the WrestleMania season, which is about a month away. It's definitely deserving. He's been in the business just as long as Sting, pretty much. He started as a teenager, and he was doing, I think he said he was working for a famous wrestler. He was like helping out, doing errands for him, and he finally got into the business, doing articles and papers and magazines, and he ended up working his way up to becoming the Paul Heyman that we know. And we see him here, all the different levels of wrestling he's been into: the WCW Paul E. Heyman, the Extreme Paul Heyman, of course, the WWF WWE Paul Heyman that we've known him to be. We don't know who he's going to bring him out. It'll be very interesting to see who introduces him. We know that probably Brock is not going to be there on this one. I'm sure he'll send his praise and support for him, but we know his situation going on right now. But he has a legendary career. You know, to see that he's in the bloodline right now and to recognize that he was managing the older members of the bloodline over 30 years ago is crazy. Definitely deserving of his Hall of Fame slot that he's going to receive in a month or so. I was a big ECW fan, and you know, to see him get sent off this way, and WCW bought ECW, so as part of that library and history, yeah, he's definitely deserving of this. A lot of those characters that were developing the whole brand of wrestling that is being done now in some way is due to this man here. So shout out to him and congratulations. Speaking on more wrestling topics, we're going to go on and move on to another one that we have, Bayley. And as you can see here, we've got our guy Sheldon Benjamin giving Bayley her praise and saying that we need to be talking about her a little bit more. And honestly, I believe that's so. She won the Royal Rumble. She hasn't been getting necessarily the support from the company as I feel that she deserves, because there's a lot going on, but they're not necessarily showing her off the way they should be. I think she's done a lot for this company, and they're not giving her the spotlight that she deserves. She's been pushed in the background for years now, and a lot of it is probably due to her. She's given, as you can see, the damage control, the push they need. She's taken falls for them. She's put them in the forefront. EO is the champion right now, and it's a lot to do with Bayley giving up her spotlight for her to have it. And also, as we see Dakota Kai there, she's been hurt, but she got pushed further as well if she did get hurt. But she still has got a nice push coming back in the company from being further endeavored or future endeavored from WWE before. She's got a nice push because of that faction that they created, damage control. But yeah, Bayley deserves all her flowers. She didn't get the push she deserved with those tag belts that she had with Mercedes Moné or Sasha Banks. And She hasn't had a singles championship in quite a while. And hopefully, if and when she wins that WWE Women's Championship in a few months or a month or so, they give her a nice push with it, with some good feuds. Let her have fun with the championship because she deserves it. And I feel like, as you can see, the hugger gimmick, that should have been real big. That's almost an 80s gimmick, but at the same token, I feel like it would have worked a lot better if Vince McMahon would have gave her the push that she should have got when she first got in the main part of the company with Raw and SmackDown. And he really didn't do it. He didn't do it for a lot of people, including Bobby Roode and uh, Shinsuke Nakamura, and even uh, who got his own rub right now. What's my guy named Sami Zayn? Because of the bloodline, he was able to get back on top. But Vince didn't push him right when he got up there. Even Kevin Owens, who took a fall with Goldberg and all that, should have got a bigger push for the company, didn't get it. But Bayley and Sasha Banks didn't get the push they deserved as well. But with this new run, I'm assuming that she will get it, and it's definitely well deserved. And shout out to Bayley and future championship that she will wear on her waist, hopefully within a month or so. But we are going to move on to our next topic here, and we're going to introduce a guest to the show from the Best of Seven Sports Talk in Lakerland. We got Seven Mitchell. If you're in the building, what's going on, Seven? I see he's there. He might be a little bit behind. You there, Seven?
What's going on, fam?
What's going on, man?
I'm in the middle of washing some dishes, so that's why I hit you in the private chat. I told you, let me know when you was ready to rock. What's
yeah,
the word?
man. It was a quick one. I told you I just wanted to jump in really for a sting and show
no
love.
problem. No problem.
And touched on a little bit. I might touch on this other wrestling topic here too. I forgot to do that one, but we're gonna jump in the NBA right now.
Give me 60 seconds.
Okay, I will jump into this wrestling topic then. Forgot to do this
right,
one.
Cool.
You guys, what's up? I see you in the chat here for now and for later, but I forgot to do this one. John Cena made these comments about his overall WWE GOATs. I don't know if you guys agree. Those are some of the guys that I have in my top. Honestly, I've got John Cena up there over Roman right now, but Roman is definitely up there with his run he's had over these last few years. And of course, the Hogan one is a tough one because we know what happened with him publicly. What he did, talk about the black community the way he did. I've forgiven him, but it's still tough to swallow. But I can't take away from the work he did in the WWF, and he's the blueprint for everybody else that's come behind him, including Rock, including Stone Cold, including Roman and John Cena specifically. They've all followed the platform of the super megastar that he became for the business, sports entertainment, and wrestling. And him and Vince McMahon created something special that we all end up loving, and he definitely deserves to be on that GOAT list. Besides some of the things that may have hurt some of his fans in the past, but shout out to Stone Cold, The Rock, Hogan, and John Cena, and of course Roman Reigns. But this was his list for the GOATs of WWE, and to me, wrestling in period. Besides missing out on Ric Flair there. But yes, sir. I got a couple of topics here.
This thing win last night?
Huh?
This thing win last night?
Yes, sir. He went out on top.
Yeah, I bet he did. I bet he did. This is why I don't like wrestling now. This is why I don't like it now.
Nah, man, you can't let him go out. The way they did him in WWE, man, he had Tony Khan wasn't going to go for it. So he going out a champion.
Oh,
and they're
really?
Going to vacate the belts.
That's dope. Much respect.
Yes, sir. First, we're going to do a thumbs down topic. This guy right here, man.
Oh,
NBA
boy.
topic. He's out again. Talking about his back. if this is a robbery of an NBA check, I don't know what is. What's your thoughts on him after he said he's going to do better and try to win for the organization? What's your thoughts on Ben Simmons?
If it's real, then I need to know what medical team he's dealing with, because this is a situation that is happening now for what, 2 franchises? I don't want to say he's fake. I don't want to say that he's not injured, but this is just getting a little bit too played out. We read this book too many times before with Ben Simmons, and I feel like he's either getting the wrong medical attention or he's capped. It's one or the other, but I want to be respectful and just say that he's just not seeking the correct medical attention, because it doesn't make sense. If it's your back and if you're having these issues, just sit out for the year. Call it a day. Allow the team to figure things out without you, because that's basically what they're doing.
Definitely, and you see that there was almost a mutiny. That's probably part of the reason that the coach got fired. I'm sure there was other reasons, but a few players were upset that they were trying to build the offense around Ben Simmons, and they expressed it towards the organization. And of course, Jacques Vaughn got fired not too long after that. Mikal Bridges was upset with it, and a few other players. So, yeah, man, he has great talent. It's just sad to see that he's continuously doing this. If it's cap, we don't know, but it just really feels like it might be.
I don't know what his career is going to look like. I don't know what the rest of the career is looking like for him. I don't know what life after basketball is for Ben Simmons. He's definitely paid, so he might not be. He doesn't seem like the guy that wants to be in front of a camera after it's all said and done. So maybe this is just a part of his plan.
Yeah, sad to see. I don't really have too much faith that he's going to be the other Ben Simmons anymore. Of course, he's still pretty young. He's not old. We'll see, but I don't see it going back to the original Philly Ben Simmons.
I gotta go. I want to listen to I want to listen to some of his recent conversations. I just want to try to get a feel or try to gauge where his mindset is, because I just don't understand really what the problem is outside of you really being injured. I just want to know what his thought process is, and how his preparation is and has been over the last couple years, because we've seen nothing. They were comparisons to LeBron with this guy for some elements of the game of basketball, and you
his
talk
size,
about not me. Yeah, he hasn't met the
athleticism,
expectation.
Yeah, there was whispers about his work ethic in college and things of that nature, but this right here has been crazy to see. But of course, he has time to recover. We'll see if it happens. But as of right now, I'm kind of lost faith in him, like I did it on this team that I'll bring up right now. But they won me over quite a bit.
Boston?
I think they're the first team to have 50-point blowouts, 3 of them in the season. They've done it to these teams here. I told BA a few days ago that they won me over. I watched a few games, and I'm like, they just look so dominant. If every piece is in play, I think they can really pull it off this year. Of course, we got to see if they're going to fold in the playoffs. But as far as the regular season is concerned, they look really, really good. What is your thoughts on them?
Boston has always looked good, and what you have on the screen are 3 very dominant performances. But when you look more deeper, look at who they're playing. These are not 3 defensive strong teams. These are not 3 good. I mean, Indiana's playing pretty well, but these teams are not good teams. So Boston should have won all these games. I guess when you just look at the distance of these 2 scores, it gives you cause to pause. But this is not nothing expected. Boston should be dominating teams, but to do 50 3 times in the season is impressive, very much so. But again, Boston is a team who we looking at in the playoffs. So all of this is fair. It's fair now. It's all good to talk about conversation wise, but it's not going to mean anything when it counts the most.
Well, for them, the pressure is more on because they've been to the conference finals quite a few years. They've been to the finals before as well. So the pressure is on them, but this is still impressive. I still take credence. I still take importance, rather, of the regular season. I think that teams have lost the importance of the regular season. It builds you for the postseason. Even Draymond Green has come out and said that if you could do it in the regular season consistently, you should be able to bring it to the postseason and just turn it up a notch, and you can become a champion. And that's what he learned from winning his titles in Golden State. These teams got to do the same thing. But did you see the mirror image of the former Boston team that won about a decade or so ago?
Wow. It's interesting.
Very interesting. Now this is I believe a few games back, but still very very close to what the actually identical to what the '08 Boston Celtics did. And this is, I've seen some other stats online where they're mirroring the former '08 team. Maybe this is the year for them. They're now 48-12. And again, they're looking so dominant. If they can keep it up and they stay healthy, it's going to be very interesting to see what they do this season.
It could be smoke and mirrors too, because at the end of the day, even though those guys didn't have hardware as far as championships, that 2008 Boston Celtics team, they had better players than this team. They had guys that were more proven from an individual standpoint than Boston has. Kevin Garnett was proven in Minnesota.
Correct.
Ray Allen was proven in Seattle.
Yeah.
Paul Pierce by himself in Boston was proven as individuals.
Right.
Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, these guys have been with each other from the start. They haven't went through the fire and stuff like that. And Derek White and all these guys, Kristaps Porzingis, what they're doing this season is they're executing. You got an unproven coach, so it's still a lot of unknowns when it comes to me. Like when you put up stats like that and there's similarities in the numbers, I can respect it, but I just try to go a little bit deeper into the story. And then I look at the actual roster. These guys are we willing to bet that the supporting cast is going to do what the supporting cast in '08 did?
Yeah.
Have those guys been proven? So
I
it's
tell you
just
what,
we
there's
gonna
two
see.
people that I definitely trust on that team.
Who's that?
Derek White, and I do trust the champion, Drew Holiday.
You trust them to do what?
To
Not
help
mess the game up?
Yeah, not mess it up. And I also feel like, especially with
They're
Drew,
not winning no games. Neither one of those guys are going to win any playoff games for your team.
but they're definitely great supporting roles, especially if Brown and Tatum do their job.
Well, you can't win without them.
Right.
I don't believe that Derek White and who's the other guy you just mentioned?
Holiday.
And Holiday. If Jaylen or Jason is off in the playoffs, especially for more than one game, I don't think that those two guys can carry that offensive weight that one of those guys bring. So you're regardless going to need Jason and Jaylen to do their job, period.
Right.
The responsibilities of those other guys, I think, is like you kind of alluded to, is for them not to mess it up. Porzingis is somebody that could ruin this whole thing.
That's what I'm about to say. And the reason why I wasn't on Boston all year is because of Porzingis, because he always was hurt. But this year, he's doing his thing, and I got to give him credit. What credit is due. He's staying in there. He's playing well. He is the X factor along with Drew Holiday. And, of course, Jason and Jaylen doing what they're supposed to do in the playoffs.
But even with KP being available, I'm still not sold that he's ready to go head to head with the best guys in the league. I watched him against LeBron, and he just seems to be like, even up to now, he's kind of like he like fanboy when it comes to some of these elite guys that he has to go up against. And I'm not sure if he's ready, if he has that motor, if he's now, ready to really face some of the best guys. He's a good player.
Who, Chris Epps?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I want to see how good he plays when he has to go up against Jokic and Luka and Embiid and Anthony Davis. I want to see more of that.
Yeah. I mean, this is the year to prove it. I don't think he's really had a great postseason run before. I mean, when he did it in Dallas, right?
Before Luka alienated him.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. This is definitely a better team I think he's on than the one he had in Dallas. So let's see what happens. Shout out to Boston. I thought that was very interesting. We're going to see what they're going to do, but they're definitely impressed me in the regular season so far. So far, we'll move on here. I'm going to bring up a guy, and I'm going to wait for you to come back because this is the guy of all guys, LeBron James.
Go James in the building.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
He, we acknowledged him on the show. Lakerland, you guys shout out and go subscribe to Lakerland on YouTube and all the platforms.
For sure, man. Make sure y'all check us out. I was actually supposed to do, I decided to do, because I want to do a weekly Lakerland pod like we did the other day with all of us. But I want to do more Lakerland shows, smaller shows on playback. So I'm going to be doing more than likely Monday through Thursday at 7:00. Going to be doing some small Lakerland shows. So you guys come over to playback.tv every evening at 7 p.m. I'm going to be locked in with a couple topics as far as the Lakers go, just to get some content out there. I was going to rock out the night. I'm not sure. I might just reschedule today's show for tomorrow. But follow Lakerland on Playback TV. Myself, Hank, Cole, BA, we tearing the streets up. The purple and gold skies. We'll be talking our talk. So come join us in Lakerland every week.
This is the ultimate Lakerland guy.
Yeah.
40,000 points, 11K rebounds, 5K assists.
Yeah.
Great numbers. It's going to be very hard to break that total. Eventually it will be, but it's going to be very hard to break it as of right now. And you want to catch it for a while. And, shout out to LeBron. I thought this picture here was pretty cool.
Girl dad.
Yeah.
It happened on this night, right? It happened on that
same night. Same
Perfect.
night. Yep.
Perfect. That's dope.
Yep. She might be we talking about Bronny. She might be the one.
Right. She might be the one, or at least the good luck charm.
Yep. What do you think about him reaching that achievement?
Man, just unbelievable, bro. It really is. This ain't no video game. And this is not a story that my father or my grandfather has told me. I've been blessed to literally witness all 40,000 plus points. You understand what I'm saying? It's just remarkable. Not only that this guy has done, so much, he's done it the right way. At the end of the day, he's done it the right way. Nobody's perfect, but if you're looking for some type of guideline of success, LeBron has built that, bro. For him and others.
Definitely. We've talked about what he's done, staying consistent, keeping out of trouble, what he's done in the community, the family-oriented person that he is. Definitely superstars that want to build their platform should definitely look towards him, not to mention, of course, the greatness in his game.
Let me ask you a question.
Out to LeBron. Yes.
Name another athlete in sports history that has helped other athletes or has had other star athletes' name tied to him more than LeBron. I can't think of not one person in sports who has helped other athletes in a sense, or is tied to other athletes' success or legacies and stuff like that. Especially stars.
Because of the Clutch Sports and the media thing he got, or
not so much because of Clutch Sports and the media. Even before that, when you look at the decision in 2010 to go to Miami, that initiated this whole, taking over your own career, with Kevin Durant, what he did in Golden State, and James, to me, the LeBron thing set the tone for a lot of what we're seeing now as far as players taking control of their own career. He keep doing these little 2-year contract deals. Like LeBron has set that tone, and it has allowed guys to really level up in this game. You know, Draymond Green. You know what I'm saying? And when you bring up clutch sports and stuff like that, Michael didn't have that effect on other players like that. Magic
Yeah,
didn't.
we've had that conversation. LeBron has made his own legacy, but Jordan is definitely very important. He's the only guy that I could think, as far as the NBA is concerned, because LeBron doesn't get the shoe deals without Michael.
True, but what I'm saying is this: outside of a tennis shoe, what has Jordan given? Like, what can you credit people's greatness to when it comes to Jordan outside of having 6 rings? Like, to me, he hasn't, and he's not responsible for it. But LeBron, just for some reason in his 21 years, have put so many people in great positions. Not even teammates, just people. Period. And I've never seen no other athlete in sports, whether it's football, baseball, tennis. I've seen no other personality do that before in my life.
Yeah, he's definitely got his own legacy, the player empowerment. Of course, the first billionaire athlete in playing the game, and of course, the media portion that he has and entertainment. But again, I told you that even with Jordan, I can't take that away. All these opportunities was helped because of Jordan's push. The
What you mean?
superstar effect, the calls the guys get, the way the game of the style of play that people are playing right now is
They don't
starting with
play that
Jordan.
same style of play to Jordan no more. They don't even play
But,
that
but
style no
I'm not
more.
talking about that. I'm talking about the fact that you can get to the lane with ease. That's because of Jordan, because he complained about it, and David Stern helped change the rules because he wanted to protect the superstars, mainly Michael Jordan.
But
And
I'm
it just
saying we got a new commissioner and they don't play like that no more. So it's just like you could argue you could argue Jordan is outdated in that realm.
not style of play, but actually superstar, protecting the star, getting the calls. All that's coming from Jordan.
I don't know. I think LeBron is done way more than these dudes, Jordan included.
Yeah, so me, I like to give shout out to the people that was before when he helped. It's all about succession. LeBron took it forward, pushed it forward in his way, and of course, the superstar effect started with
No,
Jordan.
yeah, but what it seems like, if Jordan make water and the LeBron makes wine, you still want to give Jordan credit because of the water. But LeBron has created something like totally in a whole nother lane with this, with the water. That's why I respect what Michael did at first. But LeBron is just on a whole different level and in a different era.
Different era,
And I'm
definitely.
and I'm willing to believe that moving forward, everything is going to be based off of, well, not everything, but I don't know, man. You don't even see guys in attack mode like Michael was. So
Yeah,
how is that transcended? We ain't
it's
seen
the
that. It's only a handful of people we see with that. It's not even nobody's going to be on that level, but just to be identified as an assassin, we don't even have, I don't believe we got 10 people in the league that we really label an assassin right now.
the attack mode. His influence is still there, obviously, but I mean, as far as the play style, it went to Kobe, and then now people copy Kobe, and then of course after Kobe, people are starting to do things with LeBron and KD
Now
and
it's
Steph
Steph.
Curry.
Steph
Yep,
running now.
Steph Curry, yeah, definitely. So the game is moving forward, but greatness obviously with LeBron. Um, Reaching the legacy, or sorry, reaching that 40,000 points and then leaving the legacy he's leaving is amazing. And like I said, I do think there's just a different era, but he's helped push it forward in a different way. He's leaving his own legacy. I know that we like to compare
Mhm.
with Jordan and Kobe and all that, but I think LeBron has left his own footprints on the game.
That's why to go.
And so we're gonna keep it on NBA. We're gonna pop this in real quick. Um, What you think about
Let
my
me ask
guy
you one
right
question
here?
before we. Let me ask you one question before we go to the next topic.
Mhm.
You can take the best Michael Jordan, whatever Michael Jordan you feel like was the best ever. You can take that season. You can take that Michael Jordan. You can take that Michael Jordan, right? If you take that Michael Jordan and replace him with LeBron James and have to do the same paths, play with Cleveland, go to Miami, go back to Cleveland, go to Los Angeles. Does that Michael Jordan, without Scotty, without Phil Jackson, does he do the same as LeBron or do better than LeBron?
I can tell you because he never had the challenge. And I know BA talks about, what is it? He which is, I mean, it's a great thing to be do it in one place, but we've
What do
never
you think?
seen we
What,
seen what is it, Washington? That's it. But he's past his prime.
but what do you think?
I
I
believe
know
it
we
was.
know he
I
ain't never
believe
had the
it depends on the
opportunity.
team. I believe it depends on the team. Like that
The
team that
same, the
was in
same
Miami.
situation, the same teams, the same path that LeBron had to walk. The same. All we're doing is taking LeBron James out, and we're
Mhm.
putting the best Michael Jordan in from 2003. So even in 2007 in the finals versus the Spurs, you got the best Michael. I'm
Right.
asking you, if you substitute LeBron for Michael for the whole LeBron career, does Michael do more than what LeBron has done? I don't
I
believe it.
would I would say the best ones that, in my opinion, for Jordan would be when he came back to Cleveland and the LA team. Those are his best chance to win.
So you
Because
think
him and Wade had
Jordan could have won in 2020 with Kobe dying and COVID? You think in the bubble? You think Kobe could have did that? I mean, LeBron could have did that. I mean, Jordan. I'm sorry.
Jordan was mentally tough. You know that.
For that, Jordan, Jordan ain't never. Jordan never showed that. Like, let's be real. To that level, I don't want to be disrespectful, Hank. He quit after that happened for him. If you want to be technical, am I
If you
right
talking
or am I
about
wrong?
we're talking about teams, that's the best two teams that he could win on. Because the what is it? You can move Kyle Kuzma to the 3, and in Miami would be him and Wade would clash a lot more than him and Bron would. And of course, the 2016 team that won, Kyrie could play that same style with Jordan, and he'd have a shot at winning.
But you're not answering my question. Could Michael do the same as LeBron James with that same path?
Those are the two ones that I'm telling you that I think he could do it in those two situations.
What and where?
The 2016 and 2020.
So you think Jordan could have came back from 3-1 versus Golden State?
If we could talk about the exact same thing,
All you're doing is taking out LeBron James like he never existed, and you're putting your best Michael Jordan there.
right? I
You
mean,
think that
honestly, if we're getting prime Jordan, why not? Why wouldn't he be able to do it?
that is crazy to me.
You don't think
So
he would be able to do it? He's the only one to average 40 points in the final series.
so you're basically telling me that that series and this whole thing is all about scoring. Because to me, it's known that LeBron is a better facilitator. LeBron, I want to believe in my heart that in 2016, LeBron's floor generalism, even though Kyrie was the point, but LeBron's
Mhm.
floor generalism, his point, his facilitating, his presence as a passer played a huge role in that 7-game series. Jordan did not have that ability that LeBron did. So I don't know how the hell Jordan will be able to do that when he doesn't even have the skill set to do what
Right. The
LeBron had
the
in order for them
roles
to
will
do it.
be different. You know that the roles are going to be different. Kyrie would do a little bit more. Jordan can facilitate some, and not that he's totally trash. He's just not LeBron with it.
And then in 2020, you think that Michael could have won in the bubble?
With Anthony Davis?
Yeah. After losing Kobe and after COVID.
If we get in prime Michael, why not? That's the two best teams that he could win on. If we're copying the path, I'm excluding the Miami team and of course the LeBron's first run in Cleveland where he got to the finals. But those other two would be the best chances for Jordan to win a championship.
I believe you're going to need Anthony Davis in 2020 to win the championship. You're going to need everything to play out the way it played out for the Lakers to win a championship. If you bring Michael in, AD is not going to have the impact that Michael's going to shoot the ball. Michael's going to take way more shots. AD's not going to have that. AD's not going to have the impact that he had in 2020.
The only misnomer that I think I'm doing is we know how Michael talked to people. So LeBron is probably better at managing a team possibly than Jordan in the new era. So that probably could mess him up. But as far as gameplay, we just talking about game style. I mean, him playing, those are his two best chances.
I'm sick of this Jordan LeBron conversation. I just want to let y'all know.
Yeah, those are the two best chances, I believe, if he was going to do it. But with that being said, I mean, only evidence we had was the Warriors Jordan of him leaving a situation and going to a new one. So if we go off of that, I know he's older, then possibly I would probably have to say no if we don't get that same result. Of course, he'd be younger and more in his prime, but
if Jordan had 4 rings, instead of 6, is he still a GOAT? Let's just get to the point. Let's just get to it. If Jordan had 4 rings, even if he was 4-0, if he had 4 rings compared to what LeBron has done, is Jordan still the GOAT?
They would still put him up there. You know that. Because it was in context. Did he lose 2 or did he go 4-0? And then, of course, they were calling him.
I'm giving him undefeated 4-0.
4-0, but they were calling him the greatest player when he won the first one. So he was still going to be named the GOAT.
Realistic basketball heads can call Michael the GOAT with going 4-0 in your opinion versus the career of LeBron with 4 rings.
They would have still called him the GOAT. He'd have won 4-0. He'd have won 4 finals MVPs. He still would have won all the scoring championships. He'd have won all them MVPs. He still would have been considered the GOAT.
So you think Jordan's career is better than LeBron?
I didn't say that. I'm saying
yes, you did say that, yo. You really did say
that. I'm saying that he's great. He deserves to be in that room.
No, we're not talking about the room. We're talking about who deserves to be at the top. The number one. Who closed the door? Who shuts the door? Who locks the door?
You already know LeBron is my guy, but I don't like to discredit where credit is due, Jordan.
Yeah, but you talk about scoring titles and all this other stuff, and I'm like, okay, that's cool, but
it's part of the story.
Yeah, but all right. I think LeBron's story is greater. Social media, 3 different teams, no Hall of Fame coach, no Hall of Fame.
Which I meant to tell you, that's what Isaiah Thomas brought up too, that he didn't have any. I don't know about his high school coach, but on every level, Zeke and all those guys had Hall of Fame coaches. So that's one thing that LeBron hasn't had.
LeBron made a Hall of Fame coach. That's how real it is. He made Eric Spoelstra a Hall of Fame coach.
Spoelstra?
Yes. 4 straight titles. 4 straight appearances in the finals. He just put the icing on the cake going to 2 more. But he can't win without LeBron.
Yeah, you know how I am, man. I can't poo-foo on the guys that came before, including Dr. J.
Oh, my God. A bunch of jokes. A bunch of jokes, bro.
He started it for Jordan. Jordan took it over. Kobe was supposed to take that superstar realm, got messed up, and now LeBron got it. But as we move forward here, we're gonna talk about our guy here. What you think about Allen Iverson?
What about
him? Statue He's going to get a statue unveiled next month, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
in Philadelphia. I believe it's well deserved. What do you think?
I don't like it.
You know?
I don't like it.
Why not?
I don't like the timing of it, bro. I like, he deserves it. Don't get it twisted. It deserves it. But it's just like, everybody doing the statue thing now.
Yeah.
Like, I want people to have their moment and let it simmer for a minute. Make this announcement next year so we can let his moment simmer. Right now, this is Kobe's chat. This is Kobe's year for when we talk about Troy.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I think they're doing panic or damage control, so to speak. Shout out to WWE.
Probably.
Because
and I can see more teams on that.
Yeah, well, specifically Philly, Embiid is going to be out. So they want to bring excitement to the stadium and to people keep coming buying tickets and buying merch and things of that nature. But yeah, he does deserve his own timing. And they haven't been giving him necessarily the love that he deserves in Philly. He's been asking to be in an organization, and I'm not sure if they gave him a position yet, but he's been asking for that for quite a while. He's got his position in Reebok now. And but it's still good to see that they're going to acknowledge him because he definitely deserves it. What he's done.
Position at Reebok. He ain't did nothing for Reebok.
Hey, yeah, he did. He built that company. 2K too. 2K need to put him back on the cover and give him his acknowledgement.
Who wears Reeboks? Who buy Reeboks?
Come on, you know how popular his shoes was during them times. Come on.
I'm talking about since he's now
question and the answer. We know, but
Reebok.
Reebok hasn't been the company it was in those late.
And that's why they brought him on. And that's why they brought him on for
right. It wasn't his fault that they failed. It's the company's fault.
They failed with him. That's what I said from the start. You said no, he didn't. I said, well, who buying Reeboks then? If Allen Iverson has done a justice to Reebok,
he did. He did
by
what
doing,
he was
doing what? There's no sales.
They sold millions and millions of dollars worth of shoes because of him. Same thing. Like I said, without 2K, him. NBA Reebok 2K deserves to put him back in the forefront of that video game because without him, that video game wouldn't have been as popular.
Okay, forget all that. We talking about
4 straight covers.
Okay, that's cool. But what about
Reebok? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know it's true.
No, because I mean that's a video game, and that's not even a what game, and that's not what's that, PlayStation?
2K?
What you're asking him to be on? He deserves to be
on the cover.
Of what?
He should have been on this year's cover.
Are you nuts?
The anniversary, because he is the person that helped create the buzz for 2K. It was Allen Iverson's back.
How did Allen Iverson help the buzz of NBA 2K?
Come on, man. People was buying that game because of Allen Iverson, and the gameplay was good, but him being on the cover helped.
So you're telling me that Allen Iverson was on the first 2K on Dreamcast. And that's and he was the reason why we bought the game.
Yes, you got to play like, oh, and Allen Iverson on here. No. If he had some generic cover, you probably wouldn't even touch that game. It just said NBA. It just said NBA 2K.
Bro, do you know this logo. We got to go back in time, bro. You are tripping right now, bro. But cool, cool.
4
Shout out
straight
to Allen Iverson. Shout out to Allen Iverson.
I'm about to buy me some answers now. You're going to maybe put them on the show.
You're going to be the only one buying them. I'm telling you. You're going to be the only one buying them. That dude has done nothing since he done. What is he, the vice president?
Him and
Shaq.
Him and Shaq.
Come on, man. Them dudes. I don't know no NBA players that got a Reebok deal. I don't see no musicians, no artists, no entertainers. Well, I don't know what they waiting on. What they doing? Angel Reese. Angel Reese,
sure.
only person. Come on, man, they fail.
Well, we're going to chop it up here. I'm going to play this video, and we'll come right back in. I want you to check this out.
I see a lot of the stuff on social media about TA.
You're the most confident that you could beat in a 1v1. No disrespect, you just think you can take it.
No disrespect, but Antetokounmpo brother.
It's a lot of guys that might feel like they're more talented, have more ability, but they could never take his spot. People try to be funny. I would put good money that a lot of people talking on Twitter wouldn't be able to beat him in a game of one-on-one. Defensively, He's big, he's strong, he's athletic, he's aggressive, he's physical. Because you're not gonna find a guy that's more about the team, that show up and work hard. He always in the weight room. He always on the court getting his work in. He's the top of the line at his role on our team. I have a hard time seeing anybody coming in that could replace him at what he does for our team. And it's also always ready to get in the game and do what he has to do. Being somebody that's behind the closed doors with him, like, I respect him a lot. And, you know, I think if people got to know him, they wouldn't be joking as much. You know what I mean?
As you can see, we got the jokes already flying in right there. He naturally funny, man. I can't help but laugh at Nancy Antetokounmpo. He always seems like he's a good teammate, a good brother to his actual brother, and he probably brings great energy to the locker room. But we can't sit up here and say that Giannis ain't the one pulling the strings, keeping him on that team. What do you think?
I mean, there's nothing to be really said. Everybody knows what this is about. But, you know, I do think that Damian Lillard was 100% spot on.
Oh, yeah.
Everything he said with describing dude. You know what I'm saying? And
I don't think I could be the one-on-one. Heck no. But I'm just saying, it's still funny. Some of the jokes that fly that way.
The conversation would change if we're having a one-on-one skill challenge. I definitely believe there will be a larger percentage of people out here in the streets that could beat him one-on-one in a skills challenge. You understand what I'm saying? And I guess that's why people kind of troll him so much. But one-on-one, I mean, this dude is so big. Look how big dude is.
He's tall. He's tall like his brother.
You're not doing anything with him one-on-one. But the NBA is not a one-on-one game. You got to have a bag. And, you know, he's been exposed as not really having one, but still being on the team. But for the things that Damian, those intangibles that Damian Lillard, you know, name, you know, you might not can find somebody that's going to come in and check off all those boxes that he do. Them Antetokounmpo boys love this game. They loving the opportunity that they have. They love the success that they're having. You know what I'm saying? And they know that they the future.
Yeah, again, shout out to to Giannis, keeping his brothers in the league and on the team. I can't be mad at him. That's what you're supposed to do when you got an opportunity. You're supposed to, you know, play it forward, help people out. And is he hurting the team? Maybe, maybe not. Again, as you heard, you know, Dame said he's a great teammate. And you need that in the locker room. But if you're talking about other skill positions that they would need, he might be holding up a slot for somebody else. But
you're not hurting the team. You may be neutralizing the team by keeping them. You're not hurting the team. You may be chancing not getting better. So you may be on the treadmill, but you're not hurting them. Make Giannis upset by getting rid of him. Yeah, that's how you hurt the team. That's how you hurt the Milwaukee Bucks.
That coach, and that's why he got fired.
You know, at the end of the day, you got to keep Giannis happy. You know what I mean? And he's earned the right in that city to pull strings, just like he earns the right to get held accountable when things go left. I'm not giving Giannis a pass if this Doc Rivers, Damian Lillard experience doesn't work. You already know I got I got wings on it. They playing out of mind right now. I'm a little nervous, but yeah, I'm still on it when it comes to Giannis.
Yes, sir. Shout out to them again. Nepotism is good. If I get an opportunity, I'd help my brothers. I know my brother here would do the same. And that's what Giannis is doing for this family. And on top of that, they're still winning. And again, Nance seemed like he'd be a character if he was his teammate. So shout out to the Bucks. But I know that Seven wants to win the wings, so he wants them to lose 4 more games.
Yeah, they got to lose 4 games. If they don't lose 4 games for the All-Star break, bro, I'm going to be sick. I'm going to be sick if I lose this bet, bro. Seriously, I had this in the bag.
It looked like they was going to do it. It looked like they was going to. First, it looked like they was going to break it.
I should have.
First, it looked like they was going to get to 58. Then they went on that slider like you was going to take it easy. Now they looking like they might.
I should have let BA concede when I had the opportunity, man. Damn. Yeah. Maybe I give LeBron too much credit, bro. I think I do because I'm even giving LeBron credit for Giannis and his brothers being together. I don't know. I do too much when it comes to LeBron, but him and Dwayne Wade and Carmelo Anthony and Chris Paul,
They changed.
It seemed like they set up some type of tone.
Yeah, that era. Really, honestly, if you really want to look at it, is Dwayne Wade, Bosh, and LeBron, because they're the ones that actually did the deals. Those 3-year deals, was it 2 or 3 years, 2-and-1s?
Took less money.
They were the ones that did it.
Yep.
And I believe I thought it was Bron, but I think it was Wade that taught Bron into doing it. He changed it before he signed that 7-year deal, but Melo didn't do it. And that got Melo stuck. But yeah, they definitely changed the game in the landscape of player empowerment. I got one last thing here, and it's to our guy here, Gilbert Arenas. I'm going to play this short clip, and we'll talk about it.
If you're an NBA team and you're going off a mock draft that's done by non-athletic people who watch college basketball in workouts, something is wrong with you. These aren't NBA scouts going down there judging the kids. So your mock draft is not done by professional eyes. You better start working these, putting them in your programming and seeing how good they are, because that's why y'all missing who's good.
What you think about that segment right there? Kind of ties into Bronny quite a bit.
Yeah, but I didn't think that NBA teams would be going off of non-professional, reports and stuff like that. Especially when we're talking about drafting and building your team, your future. I definitely could see how us and the media and just the community of the NBA could go off of mock drafts from anywhere, but I didn't know that the teams take that much stock into these mock drafts that's not really ran by their own organization. That's weird to me.
Well, on Gilbert's show, shout out to Gil's Arena, he did say that you'd be very shocked the people that are employed in higher levels of the organization, they're regular people. Like, you would think they have a lot of experience and education. No, they're getting nepotism in people that they know giving them these jobs. He said they could have worked at Staples before and became the VP of basketball operations. He said there's plenty of examples.
Depending on relationships and stuff like that. And I definitely can agree with that. I mean, we see that all the time. We've been seeing that. But I would think that when it comes to the decision making of the structure of your team, in a sense, like, that's crazy to me. But I don't know.
He was saying people that was making basketball decisions were regular people. Like, me and you could just went in there and just did the job if we knew the right people, if we were friends with them.
I mean, you look at the Lakers; they brought in Kurt Rambis and his wife.
But that's different. Kurt Rambis was actually a player.
What his wife? But we're talking about the whole. Kurt Rambis played.
Yeah.
Kurt Rambis wasn't in the front office, and his wife. What his wife do when it come to the plant to doing something for the Lakers?
But I'm talking about people that got no experience. Even with her, you could say she was a basketball wife, and she was around the game for 20, 30 years. I'm just saying.
So she might know the vote.
He's talking about people that are just regular Joe Blows.
She might know people because she's married to dude, but we're talking about running a multi-million-dollar, a Fortune 500 company. Like, that's crazy if you have people in certain positions that doesn't have any type of experience. I would love for those teams to be put out there, because you could probably tell the lack of success that they have. I bet you they're not winning.
But this thing here is, I think he's protecting Bronny with that statement. Don't listen to all these people talking about Bronny can't make it and all that too. As we talked about, he definitely helped train the James boys a little bit, or had eyes on them. So I think he's definitely trying to protect Bronny.
Doesn't matter. Bronny is nothing that this dude can say. He can't protect Bronny James. His game is showing he's not ready. He is just not ready. I like the fact that Gilbert will put a different perspective out on a lot of topics. That's why I really love his show, because he make you think about things in totally different perspectives. But the catchphrase, "It is what it is," you could put in the front of LeBron's jersey. You could take off Bronny's jersey. You could take UFC off and put "It is what it is" on the front of Bronny James' jersey. He's just not ready. I don't know if he's ever going to be ready. When the mock draft was in favor of Bronny James, people was laughing at it. Now that he's off, people are laughing. Like, so it's just like, whatever.
Yeah. I seen someone earlier. I think BA sent me something about where they feel he'll be ready by next year if he stays. So
Do you
we'll see.
believe that?
He definitely needs another year, in my opinion. But with the right system
You
and
think
the
that
right coach.
Bronny James only need one more year? From what you done watch, you think he needs one more year and he'd be ready to be in the NBA?
I mean, I'm not sure if he'd be ready, but he'd be better off than he is now.
No, of course. I would assume any player with an added year of basketball would be better. But I'm saying NBA ready. You think he's only a year away from what you've seen right now?
I don't know. Can miracles happen in a year? Absolutely. But the training, especially if LeBron's giving them the right training outside of the school, plus whatever happens at school, whatever he decides to do, if he goes back to USC or somewhere else, and then we don't know if Bronny gonna have some type of growth spurt. Bronny could jump up 4 or 5 inches in the summer. He's still young enough to do it.
Is height what's keeping
It
him out
helps.
the league? Is
It
that
helps.
what's keeping him out the league? No. What is it?
No.
Is it going to help his inefficiencies? What's keeping him out the league? Is height going to help any of that? I don't think so.
Defensively, he's gonna make him stronger. He's already pretty decent on that.
Is height?
Yes, because you'd think his wingspan would get longer. Jumping ability would probably, I'm sure at least wingspan.
Well, he's not going to be a big
direction.
man. He's not going to be a big man. So what we looking at him being like a perimeter guard now?
If he can, he's listed at 6'2" now. If he gets up to 6'6" or something, you don't think that would help his game?
I'm just trying to figure out, like, okay, so what position is he going to be at? Like, is he going to be at a 2 guard? And if he's going to be a defensive guy,
the 2-3, yeah.
Okay, so Paul George. Okay, maybe him getting long. Maybe that's maybe.
That's maybe. But as of now, we can't go off that. Just he got to work it on his skill set. And I told BA, and BA said I need to stop doing it. I feel like he's got to pattern more of his game towards Steph.
Who?
With defense, though.
Bronny?
Yeah. Because he's about the same size.
How you going to pattern his game towards Steph?
Somehow, as far as shooting and all that stuff, work on the handles, work on the shooting. Of course, just expand your defense, be a better defender. And it might work out. Can't play like that.
Never.
But yeah, man, that's all I got. Yeah, that was interesting to see what Gilbert had to say on that. I think he's trying to protect Bronny and also letting us know that some of these decisions and things of that nature are not made by professionals all the time.
Yeah, I need more details about that.
Yeah.
I need more details because he could be telling the truth, but is it teams that's doing stuff? Like, is it teams that's winning? Or is it teams? And that's the reason why they're so bad, because they don't know what they're doing.
Right.
I don't believe Denver, Boston. I don't believe them guys got people in position that don't know what they're doing.
We gonna see.
Your boys, Detroit, definitely possible. I'm just saying. I'm just keeping it on buck.
I don't know, man. I don't know. They again, I told you, not the same ownership, so that's part of it. So
hey, y'all are not in the basement no more. You know what I'm saying? So you should be kind of proud. I see that Washington is now the worst team in the league.
Well, we lost again, so I think we might be tied with them again. But they were for a day or two, a game and a half, half a game worse than us. But
y'all playing better. Y'all showing improvement.
Yeah,
y'all are playing way better than what we saw at the beginning. So realistically, that's all you can ask for, because you got a bunch of guys who really ain't playing for anything, but they are playing for something. And they showing up. So
Yeah, just want to get in a couple more wins, 2-3 more wins for the season, and make sure we escape that worst record ever, and we're good. Let Washington have that.
yeah, you're good until basketball start again, and then it's gonna be the same.
No, it's
You're
not.
good for the
Playing
shit.
season next year. Playing. I told you it's going to be playing the playoffs.
You mean IST tournament? Not
No,
playing tournament.
playing
Bro,
playoffs.
you're sick if you think your team
Yeah.
is gonna be a top 10
I told
team
you,
in
I'll
the
bet
East.
you wings next year on that.
Yeah, you did say that. I was hoping you was gonna let it. I was hoping you don't want to play that game with me, bro. You see where I'm at with it. Shout out to Hank, man. Dope show. As
Thank you, sir.
always.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. Any more announcements?
No, man, just make sure y'all subscribe to Sports Games Vision, man. We locked in, especially every Friday for the main show, 6:00 p.m. Eastern. And like I said, man, come over to the playback.tv/Lakerland room for our weekly shows on Lakerland. And I'll be also doing Lakerland shows every evening live on playback. So make sure y'all come and follow the room. VIP access, y'all know how we do. When it comes to the Lakers, we got Laker haters, we got Laker fans, we got neutral people. So it's a nice little mix on the team. That's why I rock with all four of us when we get together and put that content together. I put a couple videos out earlier today. I love the content. I just hope eventually we get some numbers on it. But I love the conversations, the topics. We on to something.
Yep. Lakerland, LeBron James, La GM, La Great, La Goat. But yeah, this how it goes, polarizing both Lakers and LeBron. So you're gonna have it on the content as well.
Yeah. Yep.
Definitely, guys. We're gonna touch on another topic, and I know that I've been staying away from it, but since BA brought it up, I don't know if he's gonna host it, but we're gonna do another topic about Bron pretty soon on either his platform, mine. I don't know if you want to do it on yours, Seven.
If we don't get to it by this weekend, we'll do it on Lakerland.
Okay. Yeah, well, it's been something I've been pushing away from. We've kind of talked about it before, but I think with all the pushback this past week, I think we need to touch on it again.
I'm with it.
You got to have BA on the show. Got to have BA on it.
Let the people know the topic.
Oh, yeah. It's about the steroid allegations. We've talked about it briefly before when, his partner got caught with FBI or whatever. But now we've got Kevin Garnett talking about some stuff, and we got Jason Whitlock doing a whole show dedicated to it. And we also, in the past, have had a specific bodybuilder talk about it, and MMA fighter Shell Shonen, I believe that's how you say it. They've all accused him, vehemently. So we'll bring that up, and we'll talk about it on one of the shows. It's crazy. I've got my opinion on it.
Let the haters hate.
We're gonna save it. Make sure you guys like the content on all of our platforms. Best of 7 Sports Talk, Lakerland, Sports Game Vision. We got BA Get Your Bars Up Media and Code was with the 6 instead of O. And then definitely support the platform in any way you like to. And we will be back again soon, as he just said, with the Lakerland, and also the A show on Friday at 6 p.m. We'll be back with Sports Game Vision Friday Night Live or Sports Night. And that is it, guys. We'll sign off, and we will see you later. Peace.
Peace, y'all.